Hello Straters, Dan here. This is a Simic land destruction deck for Pauper. I'm gonna run it as a bonus Pauper series on Thursdays for 4 weeks. Just like in the good old days. This deck is by Stephen Murray. He is from Scotland. He is an excellent Pauper player, an excellent Magic player. He looked at the metagame and he wrote a great article about this deck. Its Simic land destruction is meant to survive in the world of You Are Drake. And I don't agree with all the card choices, but Steven is a much better player than I am, and definitely a much better deck builder. So I am gonna play this deck as is. He hasn't given any sideboarding advice, but that shouldn't be too hard. So let's have some fun with this deck. So draw a ton of cards, get card advantage, destroy lands, and win. Should have a problem with aggro. Should be very favored against Drake. So regarding the cards then, Steven talks about changes he wants to make in deck, and he might want to run 2 capsizes instead. So capsize, late game thing. 3 Muldrifters, that hurts my soul. I want to play 4 Muldrifters in all the blue decks that are willing to go to the mid game. But this deck has 3 Muldrifters, so well, let's sort the stuff later. Let's look at the creatures first then. Coiling Oracle, I'm sure this deck was built out of a lust to play Coiling Oracle. Because everybody has that lust. It's a minor card advantage. It seems perfect. I think you need to be able to recur Coiling Oracle in some way for it to be a good card. I don't think it cuts it in today's Pauper. Mold Shambler. I think there's an indecision here going on between Reap and Sow and Mold Shambler, which are quite similar cards. Mold Shambler is, of course, I think it is the better card because it gives us some protection against pesky enchantments and artifacts. Penumbra Spider, yeah, it has reach, but it's a 4-drop. That's a 2/4. I think that's too weak for Pauper. Sylvan Ranger, well, now we are pretty sure to get blue, but if we run 4 Sylvan Rangers, why are we running 6 islands? Starting this deck with 2 islands is not unlikely here. So that seems loose as well. I'm up for a mana generator in some way here. Is this really the best one? I don't know. Good for Edict protection, I guess. 2 Alamox Crushers, the staple of every land deck. You can see the roots of this deck in mono green land destruction, and Steven even mentions it as well. 3 Self-Assemblers. I would like to see 4 there, but Steven makes a great case for 3. I don't think 3 4/4s is any absolute way to win the game. And the 4th one makes a difference in the grindy matchups. We talked about that. This is the 60th card. I'm quite surprised. I think the 4th Muldrifter is a better card. But yeah. Monvuli Acid Moss, of course. Awesome green land destruction. I love it. Reap and Sow I think is cuttable here, but he wanted 1 more land destruction effect. And I think that should probably be a Mold Shambler. Of course, this destroys land at 4 mana, which Mold Shambler does not. 4 Temporal Springs, sort of the idea of the deck. How fun is it not to bounce a Karoo land? That must be so much fun. And 4 Thermokarsts, nothing to see there. 14, around 22 lands and 7 mana generators if you count Sylvan Ranger and the 3 Utopia Sprawls. I can agree with that. 4 Hydroblasts and 2 Disciples, so burn is probably a problem. We're going the Gleeful Sabotage route with only 20 creatures against Affinity. I'm not sure about that, but what else do you pick if you only have access to green and blue? Narcolepsy is like creature removal, and of course Dispel for the counterspell matchup. Pretty simple sideboard. I like it. Let's see what we can do.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGathStrat, Facebook facebook.com/magicgatheringstrat or on the web, magicgatheringstrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and cardhoarder.com. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/magicgatheringstrat.